What are we ready to do?
I don't know.
First and foremost, everybody check out YouTube. 1,500 subscribers strong. We are here. Oh, we laughing already. Okay.
Is this a plug for your show?
Sabina, what's going on?
Not much. Rory, what's going on?
Welcome to the Mitchel Report Unleashed podcast. How are you?
Is that what it's called?
The Mitchel Report Unleashed podcast. You've been knowing that's what it's called.
Nice.
We're
I
here.
just really hope I don't spill this raw mug.
Well, it might go into the B-rolls, right?
Might.
Yeah. So how you been?
Holding this like closer to my mouth?
Yeah, of course. Like how you were saying before we hit the record button, yeah? Well, welcome. How you been?
I'm good.
What's new? What's exciting?
Not much.
Yeah? You said you were out?
Weird being on the other side of, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now, so just,
Oh, you nervous?
I'm not nervous.
You said you were out last night. What's going on? Like, what was the equation?
I know. You know what? I only stayed out till 10 o'clock. I had half a drink
Yeah?
because I knew I had to be here today.
What did you drink?
I drank sugarless wine, Pinot Grigio.
Sugarless wine.
Yeah.
How does that work?
It was really good.
Yeah?
No sugar in it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know. It's my best.
Crushing grapes, yeah? Grapes with wine, yeah? So let's talk about it. We're here. I had how do I say this? Back last year, we had the same conversation in your home, right? About dating, relationships,
Yes.
men and women, all that good stuff. Now we're here today. It's a year to the date.
Has it really been
I feel
a
like it's been a year. Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
does.
So let's talk about dating. Like, what's going on? What's the pandemic?
I don't know. I think it's a shit show out there
Why that? Why do you say that?
because I just think the culture out there has changed. People have changed. I don't think, and this isn't a diss to men at all because that's not what I'm here to do, but I think men are changing the way that they're behaving now as well. They're not really chasing anymore. They're a little bit more cautious in my opinion.
Oh, you coming out the gate like this,
Yeah,
eh?
they're sitting back waiting for the girl to ask them out.
Camera guy, let me ask you a question. You hear this? Men don't chase no more. Why do you think men don't chase?
I don't know. You tell me. You're the man. I'm a woman.
Okay, so I'll take it from this because we keep it real here, right? Like how you keep it raw, we
My
keep it real,
tagline?
right?
My taglines get real.
Right? So I think that what it comes down for me, it's that a man that's emotionally secure within himself is not going to chase another woman. He's going to put his best foot forward and he's going to let her know, like, hey, if we're going to go out, this is the time, this is the place, are you available, right? Mm-hmm. I think when you start chasing, that's when you know that you're on the losing end. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
Right? And I think if you're a low vibrational person, you're going to run after something that's, going away.
I agree with you about the vibrational stuff because that's legit out there. And I think you and I have talked about this
Absolutely.
a lot off camera about, I think the men that I've had in my life have been low vibration, right? And it's not like there's a lot of great guys out there, but it's, again, I said this on my podcast with you. So many men have said they want strong women, and we've talked about this, right? But when they have a strong woman, they don't know what to do.
Why do you say that?
Because I've had so many guys say, oh, you're a lot.
With what you're saying, do you feel that comes from the masculine energy?
I think so.
Yeah? So you say you possess a lot of masculine energy?
I am in my masculine a lot.
Okay. Speak about that so the audience can really deep dive what that means for you.
So I guess for me, being in the masculine means like I can do anything. I don't need a man, so to speak, right? You kind of adapt that analogy when you've been alone for a while. Like you got to learn to do everything. You don't really count on people the same way. So for me, I want to be in my feminine a lot more, but because of situation, I feel like I'm always in my masculine.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does. Here's my thing about that, though, because it's about grounded energy on the receiving end. So if you know that somebody, because I think a lot of women know when it's a good potential candidate that's in front of them, that they're wanting to date. But then there's so many of these different things that go through. I feel like you hear a lot of women say, oh, I'm a thinker. But you guys are master overthinkers,
Oh, yeah.
right? The brain doesn't shut off.
It doesn't. And
You see what I'm saying?
I think, honestly, I'll speak for me and women that I know. I think we make men complicated. You guys are actually very simple creatures, and I think we.
She
make
said it.
I did say it. Won't get some hate, but I really do. I really believe that sometimes, because it's just the way our makeup is. We do overthink. We overanalyze. We're always like, what's wrong? Oh my God, are you okay? And meanwhile, you guys got nothing going on. Like half the time, right? When we're worried about something being wrong, you guys are just like, no, just feed me, talk to me, give me some sex. It's all good.
Because I think with what you're saying there, men more are routine, but we can't stick in the routine, especially the way that life is going right now. If you're with a woman or whatever your sexual preference is, right? You see what I did there? I always have to make sure I cover all the grounds because cancel culture is a hell of a thing. You'll see that you have to know and when to go out to date your person at least once a week, twice a week. Your lady, she's going to want to go out. She's going to dress up. She's going to feel pretty. You know what I mean? Right. You guys could be going to the bar. You could be going to the pub, something like that. She wants to dress up. She wants to feel in her feminine. But I think that what happens is why women stay in their masculine, and I really speak about this a lot, is because, yes, the society and the pressures that are there, but then they also have to understand those past situations that maybe transitioned you into the masculine. If you have that grounded energy, you don't necessarily have to be in that masculine.
I agree. I think people need to do their work. Before you get into a next relationship, fix whatever happened over there and don't paint the next person with the same brush because they're not the same person.
There we go. Yeah. There we go. Bars. Y'all, you captured that? You captured that up there? I see you.
I didn't see you up there.
You didn't see her? Listen, we're under surveillance all the way. You know what I mean?
Love it.
But no, I love it though. But I think with what we say here is that I'm all about healing, grounded energy, emotional intelligence, emotional listening. It's not about men, really possessing and projecting all their emotion. Because I'm going to be honest, I don't think women are ready to see that side of a man, of what that emotion looks like when a guy's crying, when he's, at his low, because we're at that low.
I think it's all situational, Rory. Like, I honestly do, because I love a man that cries. I love seeing a man that can be vulnerable. But then I also need my man at times to be able to be strong and be that strength and give me the safety of what I need when I'm feeling vulnerable. So I think, honestly, I feel like what we're missing nowadays, especially with these stupid cell phones and all these dating sites and everything, is there's the lack of communication.
So how does it get better?
I think that you need to focus on what's in front of you. Stop going, okay, if there's one thing, so if you and I are dating, and there's one thing I don't like about you, does that justify for me to now go onto a dating site and find someone else? Because there's nobody out there that's perfect. I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, but yet we're striving for this perfection when there's such a great, you've got to have your foundation. And if you had the foundation and there's little things like you snore or you chew loud, well, can I get over it? Right? I think it's just, we're looking for too much.
You're right with what you say there, because we are looking for replacements of people, right? So it's like, maybe I don't like the long hair, so I can go out there and pick that apart. But it's like, you can't go out there and create your definition of what a man or a woman is in a test tube. You can do it with modifications. Like if we're in the laboratory, we find our perfect guy for perfect girl. But it's like, for us now, we have to look at it as like, everybody has their imperfections. What happens when we get into 60, 70 years old, when we're not, per se, how do I say this? We're old and gray. We're not really going to be still knocking.
Seasoned.
Yeah, we're not going to be knocking the boots still. That's where it has to come to, where you're going to have a conversation. Can we sit in the house and have a conversation when we know that it didn't work no more? Right? You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's at some point in time, when you get old, you're brittle. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And I always say this to friends and just people that I talk to. Age will always get us. There will always be someone younger. There will always be someone prettier. There will always be someone tighter. You have to love you first. You have to date yourself first, in my opinion. You have to get to know what you like and don't like. One of my besties said, to me. Like half people are going around like, do you even know what your favorite color is? Do you know what your
100%
favorite
I know what my
food
color
Like,
is.
but that's what I'm saying. Like so many people don't know what it is they actually like doing, but yet they're projecting and looking for all these things in their partner, but yet they don't even know what they want.
Do you know what you want?
I do, but it's been a process. I still think I need to fine tune it, in all honesty. I think in some of my dating that I've done, I've looked at people and I've looked past a lot of things. And I have also, what ends up happening is I kind of change my life to have them fit in, for me to fit into their life.
Is that doing a disservice though, you think?
It is. It's doing a disservice to me because at the end of the day, I'm always available for them. And then I'm bitter, but they haven't done anything wrong. It's all on me, right? So I'm learning that whoever comes into my life, even getting a puppy, I changed my whole lifestyle to have this puppy fit into my life. And I'm like, no, like she's got to fit into my lifestyle.
This is why I believe that there's synergies in the room, because we're both yin and yang. Even though we both rile each other up,
Right.
but it's all in good love and things like that. It's you speak about, you change up your schedule. And I think that we're men, because I speak for men, I speak for women, right?
Right.
And I think where men need to really understand is a woman will always make herself available for you if you're the best option, right? So I read a book. His name's Richard Cooper, Unplugged Alpha. Phenomenal book. A lot of men, a lot of women need to read that book because he speaks from a conscious thought pattern. Was he married? Yes. He doesn't believe in marriage because of just other things and, divorce rate and stuff like that. But one of the things he says is women have to have genuine burning desire. So I position a question to you. Are you going to keep like your Hollywood crush waiting by the wayside if he was to reach out to you?
Hell no.
There you go, right? No. That's what I'm trying to say. So what I want the audience to really take that in is that always know if somebody's really into you. You'll know. When you reach out to a person, it's just like, hey, let's meet up for a drink. Judging by their answer, you'll know where you're going.
Right.
Because either he or she, and I'm going to go back to the she, but either if it's she is the one that's, you're going out saying what you're saying to, she'll be like, all right, yeah, here's my time, here's my availability. But if you get like the ring around the rosy and it's vague responses, then you know that you're not, you got to move around. And I think what a lot of men do is a lot of men will chase after that because they think, oh, if I keep knocking on her door, eventually she'll say yes. You're just a place setter at the end of the day.
Yeah. I find, and maybe you can, from your perspective, speak to this, because I've got a friend that has been dating this guy, or she thinks she's dating him. I don't think he thinks he's dating her, but they slept together the first night they were together. And she thought she wouldn't hear from him again, and she did. And they've kind of gone out here and there, gone out for dinners, gone out for lunches and things, but that's it. That's it. Like never, like not intimate again, not anything. And I'm like, yeah, he's not into you.
Because he doesn't take her serious. A guy, so, okay, let's speak. I'm going to take the word of Chris Brown. He has a song, Healing Energy.
Okay.
If you have that healing energy, right, you'll know that at some point in time, you and that lady will sleep together, but it will happen when it needs to happen. Women are the gatekeepers to what? Sex. But women can't give it up too quickly and think that the guy's going to take them serious. Does that make sense?
Right. Because you're thinking that they're doing that with everybody.
Oh, there you go, right? See, I just dress it up and you just finish it.
But they're not always. Like that's, because again, I come back to it's situational. So we go out, we're getting along, we get hot and heavy, we end up sleeping together. And if I say I've never done this, you're probably not going to believe me. You're probably like, oh, she does this with everyone. Where I'm being sincere. No, I don't do this with everyone.
But this is where a lot of information's out there that will tell you that women are having option number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They have the guy that's going to take them out for dinner, take them out for drinks, the emotional support. I'm just saying what's out there in the atmosphere. What I believe is that
life, man.
No, but what I personally believe is no woman's ever single. Bona fide, full-fledged single. I personally will stick with that. It can get controversial now. I don't think women are technically single. They have one guy that's actually orbiting around.
Explain. I don't understand that.
So,
Yes, I'm like full on single.
are you?
Yes.
You sure?
Yeah.
There's nobody in your phone right now that's knocking on the door?
Like to have sex with me or
Oh,
to
Jesus
like
Christ, that's not even what I was trying to say. You see where we're going here?
like to take me out? No.
Take you out,
No.
want to hook up?
No.
You're gonna lie on the show. She's gonna lie on the show? It's fine. It's a yes. No, seriously. You're telling me you have at least there's one person in your phone, text message, WhatsApp, Signal, Instagram, that is trying to want to meet up with you. Yes or no?
No.
You're lying.
I'm not lying. I'm not lying. Like, are they like legit pursuing me, asking me to go out?
Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. Your assistant. I'm gonna call your assistant into this one. What's your situation? Like, what's your situation? You're single, dating? You're seeing somebody. Okay, so let me ask you a question. What's that?
What's the difference between seeing someone?
Just relax here for a sec, because I'm going somewhere with this. So, all right, let's put it out here like this. You're seeing somebody. There's guys in your DM that are trying to like knock on the door. Yeah.
Like that I interact with? No.
There you go. But there's guys in your DM, right? So think about this.
Oh, okay. So now you position. Yeah, there's guys that DM me all the time.
Yes. So are you truly single?
Of course I am, because I'm not. They're DMing me. I'm not going out with them. So yes, I am truly single and on the market. Am I sleeping with them? No, I'm not.
Are they knocking on your door? Are you responding back to these DMs? Are you
No, not always. I might say.
You see what I'm saying, right?
If
Not
you give me a
always.
compliment, oh,
Not always. So what is okay? So hold on. When you say not always,
hold on. If they're saying, "Oh, you look beautiful. I like your smile," I'll say thank you. Like that. That's the extent of it. Is that not polite? Is that not the right thing to do when someone gives you a compliment?
you're entertaining it though.
By saying thank you?
No, you're entertaining it.
If you message me saying you look great today,
I don't need to
saw
say
your
that to you.
video.
I don't need to say that to you.
Well, you do all the time, but
I say that when please bring that documentation out there when I said that. Please tell me where I've said that to you.
I'll have to go back in the DMs.
That I've said that? I said this stuff to you?
You're like, oh, you're so cute.
That's the most cap shit I've ever heard in my life. That's the most cap. That's cap. Are you? Why?
If you said to me, you've got a great smile or your eyes are pretty, I'm going to say thank you.
Why? But I feel like you're leading to an unrealistic expectation at the end of the day.
So you think by saying thank you back?
I just wouldn't respond. If I was a female and I have guys that are like, oh, you look good. I'm okay. I'm giving you an emoji back. You're getting a heart back or you're getting a thumbs up out back. That's what I would do personally. Because I don't want to, I don't.
What do you do? Just a double tap? Just like it. Yeah.
See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Uh-huh.
Is a like not just
I
like
told you. I
saying
told you she's mine, eh? Levels above. Island of relevancy.
Oh my God. Okay, if we're going here, let's go here right now. Let's go here.
Let's go here. Let's go.
So someone that's sitting across from me, said to me yesterday, you know what? Men usually look for young women.
In theory, yes. There's nothing wrong with that.
They're more fertile. So what happens when you're 50? You're washed up now? Like come on. Look at all the men that want to be with older women because we're more experienced. You don't have to worry about getting us pregnant. Like, let's go, man.
So
Back it up.
we can go forward. What do you mean worried about getting you pregnant? So you're saying that you just...
No, I'm just saying if you're...
Did she just... So she's just saying that she just goes raw pickle anytime she's ready. That's what it sounded like she just said to us, right? You basically said that you go raw like that?
No, I'm just saying guys that are with older women will sometimes say they don't have to worry about getting them pregnant. I'm not saying
we don't practice safe sex anymore.
This is not all about me. Like this is not all about me. Like you.
Do we not practice safe sex anymore, ladies and gentlemen? I'm looking in the camera right now to everybody. Do you not practice safe sex? Do you not practice safe sex?
Of course, I'm not even having sex. So like, come on.
What are you saying that you're worrying about?
Yes, I'm the safest person out there.
Oh boy. All right.
I'm just saying what I've heard from men that have dated older women.
Okay. Yes, it's true. Men prefer, depending on where they are in their life, they do prefer markers of youth. I have a podcast episode with not so Ederite that said the exact same thing. And she's a major in psychology. Men look for markers of youth. 100%.
It's because they're more fertile? Is that why?
Well, if you're in your 40s and 50s, are you going to want to have kids?
It depends. Again, it's all situational.
So you're going to
asking
say
me directly?
Oh, Lord.
Are you asking me directly, like me personally? Are you asking me personally?
You're wanting to have another kid right now?
No, I'm asking you. Are you asking me in general?
You see how she doesn't
asking
answer
me
the question,
personally?
right? Do you want to have another kid right now, this
I
second?
have a puppy.
You have a puppy?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say is. So if you met a guy that was like 5 years younger than you, you said, yeah, he wants to have a kid. You gonna have a kid?
If I'm like so in love with him, maybe. If I'm able. I love kids.
The markers of youth. When you hear that, is that like, do you feel a way about that?
I guess, honestly, what I feel, and I'll be honest, it's kind of irritating to a woman that's a little bit older because it almost feels like you've written off somebody that is of a different age.
And I want clarification. I'm just saying that is what's being said
Right.
in society. Now, what do I believe? It all depends on what it is you're wanting to go for.
Exactly.
If you want kids, ideally, you're probably going to date somebody that's a little bit younger. If you don't want kids, guess what? So it's like, it all depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, and
know what I
it's
mean?
what you're willing to accept. I know people that are dating like someone that's 25 years older than them. That to me, I don't understand it, but it works for them. It works.
But it has to come down to the maturity level, though, too, right? I think that's a maturity level. I think as like somebody myself, being in my 30s, can I say that dating somebody in my like early 20s is doable? No, because we're in two different stratospheres.
I honestly believe that from what I'm understanding and in talking to men and whatnot, I think a lot is placed on the physical. And I believe there has to be an attraction, right? There has to be a physical attraction for sure. But for me, and I've said this to you when you were on my show, if you can stimulate a woman's mind.
I said this to you. I said this on your show.
Oh my God, I say this all the time.
Lies.
You did say this. You said use your mouthpiece. That's what you said. You don't have to buy a woman a drink necessarily. Use your mouthpiece. Verbatim is what you said.
100%. If you're a masculine man and you know what you're doing and you have a good base and a good structure.
Let me finish, please. If you stimulate a woman's mind, most women that aren't looking for a sugar daddy or any of that and actually are vibing high and really looking for the right, I think there's too much emphasis put on the outer shell nowadays.
Why is that? Society?
Yeah.
What's being said?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I feel like we're just a little bit more.
okay. So let's get controversial, but in a way that I think dating. Do you think dating should go back to where it was back in the day? Back probably when you were in your 20s?
I never dated when I was in my 20s.
But like what you saw, out there, like you think it should go back to like the general basis: the man court the woman stays in her feminine,
I'm a little bit more
right?
old school.
The woman stays in her feminine, things like that. There needs to be the polarity of masculine versus feminine energy. But I think like I can always notice, like if I'm sitting across from somebody who's in their masculine, right? In a way, I could tell that you're in your masculine, but we're not on that level where it's like, yo, we're trying to like date each other.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you see where you guys don't want to compete with that, because every time you wanted to like take it to the next level, you like, all right, so this is just what we're doing. Where it's like, it's a challenge. I don't want to challenge with you. I don't want to fight with you. You know what I mean?
I love to banter. I
Facts.
love bantering.
Yes.
Like that to me is like so fun. If you can banter with me,
Bantering is
stimulate
sexy.
my mind. Yeah.
Bantering is sexy.
Right.
Because it can lead to so many different things.
Right. So when you say, do I think it needs to go back in the day? Yes and no, where I say yes. For me, I can only speak for me. Do I want a man to make that first initiative? 100%. Do I want him to pick me up? 100%. Do I think a man has to pay for every date? Absolutely not.
Okay. I like that you just said that. Perfect
Absolutely
segue.
not.
Do you feel men should always pay on the first date?
So we talked about this on my show.
Yes.
I do, because I'm a little bit old school. But
And I
then
agree with you.
think, yeah, so I ended up paying on a first date because he wasn't pulling out his wallet and I was getting uncomfortable and he just let me. And in my head, I'm thinking, we're going to the movies next. If this guy doesn't pull out his wallet for the movies, like, I'm done. Right? I was thinking this, and he did. So he stepped it up, and I was like, okay.
Yeah.
So.
And I think that ideally, it depends. Like, first date, yes, men should pay. Second date, depending, yes.
Right.
Right? I think when you start going like 3-4 times in, and she's not like, oh, I'll pay half, or let me pick it up and let me take it, that's where you kind of run into some discrepancies. You know what I mean? And things like that. Because it doesn't matter what's going on. If I have a couple drinks and people want to eat and this, do that, because I'm like, whatever. It's not because I eat at my house. I'm just not hungry.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if I don't want to eat, I just don't want to eat. But you know what? I'm raised from a Caribbean household. Guess what? I'm going to pull out the card, or I'm going to pull out the cash, and I'm going to pay for that date.
Right.
And then you hear it's like, well, wait, you didn't eat anything. I said, don't worry, I got it. Because what that's showing is that I'm stepping up being the provider, which a lot of women want that provider, that person that's going to provide, right? And then I'm going to also provision to you that, guess what? You're secure. You don't got to worry about nothing. Right. And there's no trade-off. Because I think now some girls are like, well, if he pays, that means I have to give him something in return. And it's not like that. Because like if we were to go textbook, when a guy reaches out to you, if a guy sees you, he gets your phone number, he's like, yo, this is what we're doing. We're going here. You know what it is.
Yep.
100%. So he likes you. So you got to go with it. Don't play the games. Don't be like, oh, well, does he like me? Going to the group chat. What do you guys think about him? I know the game. I know the formula. Maybe I'll just drop an ebook, coming soon.
Maybe you should.
Or is there a book coming soon?
Is there? I don't know.
Is there a book coming soon?
Do you have an editor?
Is there a book coming soon? What type of book is coming soon, though? You might have to look at me and call me author soon.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Just like me, you could be a publisher.
Yeah?
Wow.
Well, the difference between author versus publisher? Bestseller,
Stepping up your game. So I have friends of mine that believe that a guy should pay for every date. I do not agree with that. I honestly don't agree with that. And a friend of mine's like, well, if he's going to pay, I'm just going to let him. And I'm like, no, I don't. Again, situational.
Every date, though?
Every date. She hasn't paid for anything.
So what is she? She sits there, collects, this chills? She just collects.
Yeah. I don't agree. So let's make that
Are they
clear.
together? Like, are they in a committed relationship?
They've been together for 8 months now, like dating for 8 months.
So what does she then decide to like, what does she put forward?
Herself, like she thinks because she's spreading her legs that he should pay for everything, and I'm like, yeah, that's the look I gave too. I think that's the problem. So
I don't want to be disrespectful.
Some of my guy friends, you can be disrespectful.
I don't want to be disrespectful.
No? Okay. In talking to some of my guy friends, they're like, it's really expensive to go on dates. Like, it's so expensive, but they're taking them out for dinners. And I'm like, you don't have to. Like, why can't you just meet up and go for a walk or go for a tea, like a coffee or a drink?
All right, I'm going to say it. I'm going to let the cat out the bag. Create an experience with her. Sometimes don't do the general basic shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can go out for drinks, but I think if you're going date number 2, let it be an activity. Because you can see is like, is she competitive? Is she actually, because women do get competitive. You guys are number 1 competitive.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So what's next for you, though? All jokes aside. Next for the show, next for the podcast.
Next for me?
Let's talk about it. Because I got to give you your flowers. That's what we do here, too, right? Even though we have the banter, we give some value, this and that. I got to give you your flowers.
Flowers?
Yeah, I got to give you your
Do you know
flowers.
what my favorite flowers are?
What is that?
You don't know what my favorite
No.
flowers are? I like lilies with the insides pulled out. Because the insides smell
So, men, shoot your shot in her DM if that's what you got to do. I'm pretty sure her birthday's coming up.
I hate roses.
Her birthday's coming up.
Not till November.
Her birthday's coming up. Maybe send her a care package. Raw and Authentic Show. Yeah. Mom and Caregivers Magazine. Yeah.
Plugging me.
Yeah. I got to do it because you don't want to plug yourself.
Well, no, it's your show. I'm not going to like take over.
You're supposed to plug your stuff. You're supposed to plug you're supposed to plug yourself. You're supposed to plug yourself. No, but like I'm going to give you your flowers because I feel like we said this on the phone. And I want to get this on record. You have a platform that is could super exceed for women, right? And I believe that don't just think small as far as like 400,000, 500,000. Think more 1.2 million, you know what I mean? Think 7.7 odd billion people. No, and I know that. I know that. And I think that with your platform there, you got so much leveling you can do.
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
You know what's interesting? When we launched Raw, like Really Authentic Women, we also have RAM for Really Authentic Men, and we've had more men want to come on and share their story, which is really, it's interesting. I think men are looking for a place to open up and speak their mind, and it's lovely. Like, I love seeing it.
So when do I get my invite coming back to the show? Well, or are we going to break some news? We got to break some news too, right? We got something that's coming up, a little collaboration.
We're looking at doing some bigger things, so you can be a part of that for sure.
Yeah. Can you speak in the mic when you say that too? Can you speak in the mic?
I know.
You're hilarious. No, but I know that we're thinking about some collaboration efforts, something coming down the pipeline. You know,
stuff coming down. The pipe.
Maybe a live dating conversation. Maybe. I might just be on the offside because I'll probably shake the room.
The culture out there, like talking to guy friends, they're struggling. They just think dating's a bunch of bullshit. They think women definitely don't need men anymore. Men are struggling to, I don't know. I'm in a different boat.
Because they don't need. It's not that women don't need men anymore. It's that we're in a different lens of society, right? I'm all about going out, championing, making your money, doing all of this. But I think when you listen to what society's pushing and a woman hears that, focusing on solely your career till you reach in like your 30s and 40s, you can miss a lot of your blessings. Oh, yeah. Then you're going to sit here at 40 and being like, yo, where do all the guys go? You have to have a balance, right? And I think that if you're going to school, you're, building a business, you're doing marketing, you're doing podcasting, right? You're doing camera work. You got to just sit with the intention, continue to work on yourself, champion the right people around you, and everything becomes what it needs to become.
Yeah, and realize that it's not really just yours. Like you can bring in a whole community to get you to where you want to go.
For sure.
Right?
Definitely.
I think that's really what it's about.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. Any last words before we get out of here? Plug all your information. All your information. Come on now. Where can we check you out?
It's for you. This is yours.
It's called promo. It's called cross-promotional efforts. Jesus, Murphy, they don't listen to the show, eh? That's proven facts. They don't listen to the show.
I do, but I'm here for you.
Plug your information. Where can everybody check out your channel? Where can everybody check out your
YouTube? They can see us anywhere you listen to podcasts, Apple,
What's the name
Spotify,
of it?
Really Authentic Women.
We're going to take this again. Where can everybody check you out?
They can check us out at Really Authentic Women on YouTube, on Spotify, on Apple, on Instagram, on Facebook, you name it. You can find us everywhere. Everywhere you listen or watch podcasts, you can find us.
That's good. Yeah, we're going to do it again.
Again.
All right. Salute.